After returning home, he secretly met his boss, quietly got a file and alien relics, chuckling that it win North Koreans over. Subtitles with adoption papers of Korean actresses how to persuade North Korea. Better gift a car than overthink it's time for an upgrade. I bought a BYD Han Gwazi for just over 90,000, 100,000 cheaper than new, and it drives just as well. Nowadays, new car prices soar, buying from Gwazi is a great deal. Each car is professionally inspected, with a 3-day test drive. Don't worry. If you want another car, auction it on Gwazi. Trust me, Gwazi's the best for second-hand cars. At the second meeting with Director Lau Huang secretly took out $400,000 and placed it neatly on the table. He then pulled out the intel document, but instead of opening it, Director Lau handed it over to the guy next to him and just got up and slipped away. There had been intel like this before, but now no one knew anything. That poor guy was clearly not impressed by such useless information. Lau Huang wasn't fazed. He calmly explained that he'd been out of the intel game for a while and this was the best he could do. But the guy didn't plan to dwell on that. He introduced himself as a special agent from the Overseas Anti-Corruption Department, and upon learning Lau Huang wanted to profit in North, he suggested doing intel trades for quicker cash. Lau Huang knew it was a test, so he pretended to be super excited, stressing he was just a bit. The guy was sharp, a businessman not interested in money. That smell was bad, and Lau Huang's heart sank. As a wealthy businessman, he knew dragging it out would only raise more eyebrows, so he decided to pocket the cash on the table. So he grumbled his way out of the office, and not long after, Director Lau called him up, inviting him for dinner in half an hour. Clearly, Lau Huang passed the test because he played the businessman role perfectly. The restaurant wasn't far, so he handed off a paper bag to the front desk in the opulent lobby of Jumbo Building's top-floor suite at Chinese Grand Hotel. Security checks were mandatory before entry. Just as discussion was to begin, Lau Huang almost got into a spat with the special agent for not serving drinks, but he did this to highlight the ideological clash. This made it feel more real. He knew the guy wouldn't dare make a move because Director Lau still needed his good buddy. Once everyone calmed down, Lau Huang announced he needed to use the restroom, playing it off while in reality he was retrieving a listening device he had stashed under the toilet lid. He was pretty sure that when he stuffed the listening device into his sock, left the restroom, and went to the front desk for the paper bag, not returning to the table. The agent followed. Subtitles, no sign in the restroom. Lau Huang was instantly surrounded. The bug was still on him. Discovery would mean disaster. His resistance was futile. Lau Huang had no choice but to yell to draw attention. The stuff in his bag was all over the floor, and finally, Director Lau rushed in. Spotting the beautifully wrapped boxes on the floor, he immediately realized what was up. Clearly, this was supposed to be gifts, and the special agent's antics were messing with national interests. He quickly put a stop to Lau Huang, which allowed him to escape a close call. The North Korean officials nearby promptly changed their tune. Upon seeing the Rolexes in the boxes, his attitude flipped instantly, and he immediately delivered a warm welcome to Lau Huang. For high-ranking individuals, such temptations are lethal. At Jexay, North Korea undoubtedly took Lau Huang's cash and gifts, then discussed business collaboration. Director Lau said he wanted not a simple deal, but a long-term, mutually beneficial partnership. Lau Huang guessed he meant to introduce Korean firms into North Korea. Surprisingly, Director Lau confirmed it, leaving Lau Huang amazed. Director Lau stood and gazed out at the towering buildings, expressing how after years in Beijing, he witnessed changes in people's lives and truly wished for betterment back home. Hearing this, Director Lau chuckled knowingly and brought over a wooden box, saying it contained a Koryo antique vase unearthed in North Korea for Lau Huang to take back. He also said Lau Huang should quickly propose a business deal. But when he took the vase to an antique dealer, he was told it was just a sample. The real one would fetch 500 million won. When he met his boss again, he thought if he traded at the real value, it would expose his connections to higher-ups, and soon enough, his plan might go down the drain. He needed to come up with a win-win solution, and they had already planned how to proceed with the business partnership with filming an ad in North Korea. If successful, their production team could operate in North Korea and hopefully gather intel about the nuclear facilities. Soon, Lau Huang set his sights on a ad director of South Korea's top electronics firm. He dreamed of shooting an ad in North Korea but lacked channels and resources. This is the very person Lau Huang sought, so they teamed up. Weeks later, at a dance hall, Lau Huang found in surprise everyone sporting the golden watches he gifted them. After a quick hello, Lau Huang pulled documents from his briefcase and presented his ad shooting plan for North Korea to direct. He vowed massive, ongoing gains for North Korea, but the special agent objected first. This ad represents capitalist corruption. But he shooed away the other two first. Obviously, he showed interest in the proposal. After they left, Lau Huang spoke freely, noting the current low feasibility of Korean firms entering North Korea. If the ad shoot succeeded, it'd ease other projects. Director Lau agreed, but said he couldn't decide alone. He needed to go back to Pyongyang for advice before negotiating with Lao Huang. Who to ask was clear, and Lao Huang felt closer to their power center. After agreeing to wait for Director Li's reply, Lao Huang took out a suitcase with the shareholders' last payment, hinting he knew it was a sample, but still put in a couple of dozen cash, including some hard-to-buy stuff from North Korea, which made it awkward for the other party to say anything. The two seemed to be on the same page regarding the ad shoot, but while Lao Huang was waiting, North Korea suddenly escalated tensions with armed provocations near the joint security area, yet no one realized that the South orchestrated this provocation themselves. During South Korea's presidential election, ruling party's rival Kim Dae-jung posed a major threat. Minister On told Lao Huang's boss that if Kim Dae-jung was successfully elected, the whole On administration could be ousted. And his boss realized the gravity of the situation. After pondering for a while, he decided to contact others in On's camp in Beijing to orchestrate armed provocations. The aim was to panic the public and reduce Kim Dae-jung's votes. Surprisingly, it succeeded, but at the cost of funding North Korea, benefiting Minister On and the ruling party's backers.